It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. Yesterday, we had horrible storms go through our area. It was a rough night. It got so bad as it came through Nashville. My poor bun looks hideous this morning. So bad as it came through Nashville and left Nashville that we thought, we might ought to go down to the farm where we have a basement and a little bit more protection. High Priestess Angelique of the Purple Flame. Hello. Hey, can I just get, I said that without even stuttering. Can I just get a prize for saying that without even stuttering? Look at the bags in my eyes. I've not been up long. We had storms here all night last night. And I'm good. I'm just swollen. I have a neuromuscular disorder, and because of the weather, I puffed up like a marshmallow that you put in the microwave for 3 seconds. But I will unpuff as the day goes by. It'll be okay. But my mailman was running extremely late, so while we were at my parents' farm, just in case we needed a basement, I got a notice that my mailman had put 2 Temu packages on my porch, and I thought, it's gonna blow away. I got the one where he told me to stay safe, but now, as far as checking anything, the first thing I did this morning to turn on my phone is to do this, so I haven't looked at anything yet this morning. Oh, thank you. I'm puffy, but I'm a pretty puffy. I'm a pretty puffy Poppin' J. That's what Freddie Mercury would have said. So we made it through last night. It stormed all night. It rained all night. It's a muddy mess. My barn lot looks like soup. We got home late, and I had a rough night because of the weather and my reflex sympathetic dystrophy. But I did come home, and my Temu packages were tucked safely in the mailman was good. He wedged them. So kudos to my mailman. Kudos to my mailman. And so I'm not quite sure what all's in here because I'm getting down to the nitty gritty of the Christmas or the necessities. And so we're getting down to where I've not got so much coming in anymore. But yesterday, if anybody watched my little short video about the world yesterday, about the woman at Walmart that didn't have it. Look at my bun. They didn't have any shoes on, and everybody. We had just had a Christmas parade in town, and everyone at Walmart was averting their eyes. Now we just had a Christmas parade celebrating community, charity, love, and helping others. That's my craft curio that's full of ignore it. But we had just had a Christmas parade about helping and loving others and showing kindness to others and the miracle of Jesus' birth and all. And they all then went to Walmart, and I had been trying to get out before they all got there. So I was going toward the checkout about the time everybody was coming in the doors. And I noticed this woman that was packing this adorable baby, and she was with a husband that his clothes were not the best either. Her clothes were not the best either, but that doesn't make the person, So, but I looked and she didn't have any shoes on. And it was maybe 50 degrees, maybe 48 degrees, and cold and raining. And it's only going to get colder. And I thought, oh no. And I looked at his feet, and he had on like brand new work boots, which I was like, okay, that gives me a clue. They probably had to buy his work boots and not. So I talked to her. Well, yeah, they bought his work boots. He got a new job, but he needed the boots. They held him 2 weeks back, so they had another week to go before they got a paycheck. He needed the boots first, and so they were going without. And she had tore her shoes up. And I said, "Do you have time to run to the shoe department?" I buy shoes. We've got to leave because we've got to get home, and he's got to have the car to go to work. He's got to be working too. They had just come over to let the baby watch the Christmas parade, which I thought was sweet. So she gave me her name and number, and I called her when I got home. And I said, I thought about just going to the thrift shop and then just meeting you one day in between, because they live about 30 minutes away, about 25, 30 minutes away. And I said, but by the time I go to the thrift shop and we try to find a day to meet each other, and then we spend the gas to meet each other, why don't I just order you some shoes and send them to you? Now, if you don't trust me, that's fine. I'll send them to a P.O. box or to a business that will allow you to pick them up, or we'll do a general delivery to the post office nearest to you. That's fine. She got a little nervous, and I was like, honey, I understand this world is not a good place and people are not good anymore. But I swear I'm good. I've been fingerprinted by the state and feds. I've worked jobs. I'm a retired probation and parole officer and counselor. Seriously, I am no threat. I just don't want you going without shoes. Well, she never texted me back and she never texted me back. And so finally I said, well, I'm not going to bother anymore. But if you decide you need the shoes, you have my number. Just text me and I'll be more than glad to help. And I was like, balls in your court. I'll leave you alone. And then after all the storms went through, I got a text back and she said, I'm so sorry. She said, we got caught up in all the storms and trying to get, they live in Amish land. And so they were trying to get all the livestock and everything up before the storms came through, which I understand. I'm a farm girl. I grew up like that too. And she said, I would be very thankful for a pair of shoes. And she said, they don't have to be special. They don't even have to be new. She said, just secondhand to work. And she told me her size. And I thought, well, no, you're going to get new shoes. So this is why I also love Temu. I had Temu price adjustments banked in my account. So I went on Temu last night and I got her a pair of the Hey Dudes with the winter fleece insides that are so cute in a neutral gray, because she didn't look too colorful. She needed something that was just going to go with everything. And then I got her a very nice pair of black sneakers. And then on top of that, I got her a necklace that said Faith. And then I got her a bracelet that said something like, what is it? She thought she could, so she did. And I wanted her to understand that taking a leap of faith and trust in people is good. And that if she relies upon herself, she can go far. And so I wanted her to have a little mini Christmas. So I spent all of my Temu price adjustments on this lady and got it ordered last night. So I'm going to send her the tracking number so she can keep track of them. And I hope she has a nice little surprise when she opens the pack and she doesn't find just one pair of shoes, but two, and some jewelry. And I got her the stainless steel jewelry so it would last, because she's a farm hand basically. And they live in Amish country area. And she's not Amish, but she lives in that area. And I thought, well, I'm going to get her something that she can't break, because I wear stainless steel because I break everything. And stainless steel is the only thing that has survived me in my, I'm very hard on jewelry. So she did call me back. I did get everything sent to her. Super excited. And then we had one of our subs need an extra large winter coat. And my mother immediately last night when I was talking to my mom about it, immediately opened up her wardrobe and said, here. And I was like, oh, this is just a great day. So yesterday was a day of blessings for me. So, and then I come home and my Temu had actually stayed on the porch, which was awesome. It was awesome. I've got my tree up and I've got the lights on, but I'm not got it decorated. So I'll show it to you later. This is one of those weird hauls where I did just some weird stuff because I was trying some weird things. Okay, this is if you're like me and you have a neuromuscular disorder, this is a can-do can opener. Now, I have days where I cannot do a can opener. And it's because I can't hold, pinch, and twist all at the same time because of my hands. This one actually, you put it on and it clamps on itself. So you put it on and it clamps on itself, and you hold it, and all you do is twist. And this seems so much easier than the one I'm trying to hang on to and do this to. So I will let you know what I think about this after I've used it. But this seems, I think they named it correctly, a can-do can opener. It fits very good. It's not too big and it's not too small. It's going to be very easy for me to hang on to even on a bad hand day. So I think this is going to be something I'm going to like. This is something that's going to be kind of nice to have, I believe. So if you want to look for that, it is called a can-do can opener, and it looks like this. Now, if I ever do one of the little Temu videos where they give me points for my seating, then all the descriptions, the links will be in the description. But this, I mean, literally you put this on push the button, twist it, twist it, twist it, and as you twist it, the button pops back up, but it keeps twisting. And then to drop the lid, you hold it over the trash can and push the button, and it drops the lid. I don't have to touch anything sharp at all anymore. This is going to be a godsend. Okay, so I'm going to love that. David has also told me to buy me whatever I want for Christmas because he is not the best gift buyer. He gets stumped. And since I don't have, since I've changed so much since I've gotten sick and I don't have my horses, you know, it used to be buy me tack. All I had to do is buy me tack or Shoshin or new split reins or conchos to pin on my bridles. That was all he had to buy me. And now since I've morphed into the person with bad legs and that can barely get around and has physical therapy at home and nurse visits at home, he doesn't quite know what to buy me. And so he's like, just buy for yourself. But he always does pick a few things out and put under the tree. But he does really get stumped. Okay, everybody knows I've got the thickest hair in the world. And I was like, why in the world did they stop those big clips in the 90s that we all used that would hang on to so much hair and had the little pinchy ends? Well, guess what? I found them again. I found them. And this actually has leather on it with turquoise. Somebody actually tooled that leather and made that. And I'm sure it's got leather concrete in there because I do a lot of leather working too. This is awesome. It's got the old school 90s clip that used to hold my hair. And I'm looking forward to that because I got a lot of hair. Even after my hysterectomy and I lost about a third of it, I still have about 4 times as much hair as a human being should have. So I'm so glad that I found those. So I got me one of those. I think I actually might have got another one in another order because they had some really pretty things. Okay, now these are little metal feathers. And you can glue, they've got little holes in them. Let me go here. They got little, in my face. They got little tiny holes, but you can also glue them to stuff. But and they're gorgeous. They're iridescent colored. Pay no attention to my ratty nails. They're going to get redone here in a day or two. I am making a dream catcher for Menopause and Madness. If you have not watched Menopause and Madness channel, you should go watch it. She is so calming. I end my days with her because she is just so calming. I love her to death. And I just had the desire to make her a dream catcher. She had such a beautiful background that looked like it would suit one of my dream catchers. And I thought, I'm going to make her a dream catcher. And then I saw those and I thought, yeah, if they get in time, I'm going to put those on her dream catcher. And I've got her dream catcher half woven. I've got it hanging on the wall because I hang it on the wall and stare at them while I weave them because they talk to me and they tell me what they want to look like. And this one, as much as I wanted it to be a circle, it wanted to be a teardrop shape. But as I weave it, it is so happy. So something makes me think that she's had a lot of tears, but maybe they were happy tears, or she's had a lot of tears, but maybe she's in a happy place now. I don't know. I pick up on stuff when I weave. No, I'm not a hoodoo person. It's just I kind of think about who I'm weaving for, and I pick up on a lot of stuff. The weave kind of tells me a lot of stuff. This is called Pure. Well, they could have made that a little bit easier to read. Revitalizes hot dyeing damaged hair. This is a hair mask. Now my hair is not like damaged per se, but because of my neuromuscular disorder, I try to baby it. This is what this box looks like. And if you want to see the QR code on the side, there's the QR code. It comes in this tube. I like it when they come in tubes. Most of them come in little tubs, and then that's difficult for me. But the tube, I like the tube. I'm going to try this because my hair needs more nutrients these days and stays drier, especially during the winter months. So, by golly, we're going to be giving that a try. Okay, the next thing I'm going to tell you that you need to pick these up, whether you want to or not. I'm just telling you, you need to pick these up. I've had my Jeep for 5 or 6 years now. 6 years. I love my Jeep. It's a black on black Jeep, and I've got to replace my windshield. It's got a crack in it, and it's cracked at a place where they can't patch it, so it has finished cracking, and I've got to have it replaced. But I thought we're just going to get through the winter before I put that money in there because I know the glue will seal better in the summer. And I was going to get it fixed this summer, and then my daughter found out that she and her husband were pregnant with twins. So that's where all my money went. I've been buying twin stuff. But these are, let me read what they say. Oh, God, it's in Chinese. Anyway, glass oil film removal wipes. You know, sometimes when you paint your cars for a while and the inside and outside, you might run through a pedal that's got a little bit of gasoline or oil in it. Or on the inside, if you know, it just gets that stuff on it after a while. These take it off immediately and so easily. And so I got a pack for my Jeep. I got a pack for David's little poor tracker that he uses just for bumping around in. And then I got an extra pack because you just never know. These are great. These are like $1.43 or $1.47. And oh my gosh, they take everything off your windshield. Everything. It's squeaky clean afterwards. Let me tell you about it. And then I can keep it clean with just my spray-on foam and microfiber cloths for a long time after that. These take, I made the mistake of just buying one pack the first time. And I cleaned David, he was trying to take off the vinyl. Yeah, my words. The where they had darkened his windshields and his windows. He had taken some of that off and it had left a mess. And so he had scrubbed and scraped and I cleaned and I used the rest of mine on that. And so I had to buy more because David's been driving my Jeep and he works at a metal fabrication plant and everything sticks to my windshield from that place. Everything. Okay, this was one of those things that I got for a penny when they did the Black Friday sale. How do you get in this thing? Oh, no, come on. Don't do this to me. My hands, but there it is. Listen, my hands barely work on a good day. Don't do this to me. Oh, it's in 2 bags. How lovely. Let's just, a physical therapist would love you. Let's bring this down a little bit. Hey, doesn't that feel nicer? This is cute, and it kind of looks like that one ring I wear a lot. That's stainless steel. I don't know if this was stainless steel or not. This said get me for a penny, and I got it. I thought, okay, I'll get you for a penny. You're cute. If nothing else, I'll give it as a gift. But it was pretty. And I thought, okay, penny. I'll get you for a penny. So I got it for a penny. Don't worry. We've still got one more bag to go through. We're not done with this one yet, but we've still got one more bag to go through. That's trash. That is trash. I'm trying to keep my workspace clean. What in the world? Oh, and my husband, best penny ever spent, probably. I've had a few of those penny things during the Black Friday. So my husband's little Chevy Tracker, the steering wheel in it is so dilapidated. He basically has a little beater Chevy Tracker 4-wheel drive so that he can trap, go, and, you know, if he gets stuck in the mud, you can literally go and move it. That's how little it is. And if you've watched the trapping videos where I go out with him and I'm completely useless, but I video him checking his trap lines, you know how little that thing is. But the steering wheel is so little and tiny, but it's also cracked, and so it can't be comfortable. So I got him a steering wheel cover that I'm not strong enough to put on, so he's going to have to put it on. I'll probably just go ahead and give it to him rather than put it in his stocking because I don't want to really make him have to wait for it. Because even though his hands are tough, I wouldn't want to have to handle that steering wheel every day. That's trash. Put that over there. Always double check your bags because when customs goes to retape and stuff, let me tell you what, they don't care what they tape to the inside of your bag. They just go crazy with the tape. I'm pretty sure that customs, instead of getting like trained with the firearms, they're trained with those little tape guns. I mean, because they go crazy with them. I got some more of this burlap ribbon, and I'm here to tell you that what you pay per the yard that you get is way better than what you would pay if you go to Hobby Lobby or another area, another store. Because if this was on a wheel spindle, it would cost you $2.37 at least, and I paid 89 cents for it. And I know that when I buy those, I can make one of the biggest, puffiest bows, and I'm good. So I know I can get a bow made for 87 cents for whatever craft I'm doing. And that's great. I don't know what this is, but we're going to find out together. Watch it be underwear. Okay, I'll show you my underwear. I don't care. Boy, I just put mine. Okay, these are shapewear underwear. They go up a little bit higher and they hold your belly. They're high-waisted. Okay? Because I'm losing weight now. And And where I'm carrying all my weight is in my lower belly, so I'm trying to help suck it in. Um, so I bought these because they are they have a little bit more pull to them, and they're a little high waisted, and so they'll give me a little bit more of a shape. And they've got the nice butt cover, so you listen, your butt's not gonna be hanging out. I cannot. If you watched my video the other day, I do not like the little thin stuff that has the little thin stuff in the back, or the shorts that go to this little point. And then at 3 a.m. when you've got to pee, you've got to go and hire a Sherpa to find your underwear that's up your crack. That makes me so mad. I can't stand that. Like, it should not, no, it should not travel while I'm sleeping. So I found those, and I was like, ooh, I'm getting those. And I think they might have been like $2. But I was like, that's money well spent. Those look like those would hold up really good. And they do. They actually feel like shapewear. So I'm very happy with that. If you know my obsession with solar lights and lights in general, I got, my red bed tree that's leaning it ever since the tornado last year has been leaning. I think it's going to be its last winter with us. I have these around it. They're rope lights. They just wrap around and they go up. You can wrap any tree. And then if the tree falls, it doesn't kill your lights. You just unwrap it and move it to another one. They're completely solar. And I'm going to put these on my 2 maples that line my driveway because I'm a light freak. Mostly because, and I have the whole perimeter of my fence topped with lights. Because if somebody breaks in your house, they've got to run away. And if they run away, you're going to see a break in the lights. I'm ex-law enforcement. I think about those things. So, yes, these are so much easier to put up than the little copper ones. The little copper ones are good lights, but they now make them with a clear coating so that they don't get tangled as easily. I cannot tell you how many times I have had to repent to the Lord for cussing with them little copper lights. But these do not tangle. They're very easy to put up, and they wrap around trees perfectly, and they hold themselves. You don't have to really put anything to hold them. They hold themselves. They just grip the tree and hug it. I do like the green lights that have the little bulbs on them, the fairy lights. And they can be like 100 foot long. They're really easy to put up too. But I have the whole top perimeter of my fence wrapped around my house. And it's just, for me, it's pretty, but for me, it's a safety thing because if somebody breaks into my house, they have to run away. If they run away, I'm going to see a break in the fence. And target practice. We'll just say that. Okay, now let's go on to the second package. See, I don't buy like crazy stuff. I find useful things. Sometimes I buy stupid stuff because it makes me laugh. If I'm shopping at 3 a.m. and it makes me snort, I'm going to buy it. Because if it makes me snort, it's coming home with me. It's going in my shopping cart. But I normally keep my orders, and it takes sometimes 2 and 3 bags to get them here. I keep my orders around $20. And I try not to spend that much, but with Christmas, I saved up a little bit of Christmas money. So, oh, this is a boho skirt, and I know it looked like a quilt print. I knew it wasn't going to be a quilt print, but it looked like a quilt print, and I got it because look, I can fit into it now, and I have a lot of stuff this colors. I love this boho-y stuff. Listen, I will go barefoot picking daisies and eating dandelion leaves and picking violets to make jelly in this and be completely 100% happy person. Don't bust my bubble. That's my dream, okay? Now, I'd like to look pretty doing it rather than waddle like a fat disabled person. But in my head, I'm a gorgeous person just wearing her boho skirt barefoot through the pasture, picking plantains for medicinal purposes, picking wild violets for jelly and dandelion tops to fry, and eating dandelion leaves before they get to the salad bowl. That's just who I am. And I love this. This is so stretchy. Actually, this is probably going to be a little big, but you know something? That's why my mama told me how to sew, and I'll put darts in the side. This is so pretty. Is it not so pretty? And it's long. It will go to the ground. So I'm very happy about this. This is very pretty. And I have lots of shirts that match these colors. So bada bing, bada boom. I've got 4 outfits automatically. I'm all about matchy. Oh, I love dandelions. And you know, you could eat sunflower stalks and leaves too, and they taste like asparagus. Well, they taste a mixture of asparagus and greens, we'll say. Asparagus and greens. This is a Christmas present from my bonus child, and I can't show you so because she might see it. Because I know Abby sometimes stalks my page. Sometimes. And I think this is actually another present for my bonus child. She's my bonus child. I have like 750 bonus children, but I spend a lot of time. Oh, this one even came in its own little box. How pretty. And they wrapped it and padded it really, really good. Oh, yes. And oh, yes. Oh, heck, I'll show. She probably won't watch. So, to her mother, don't let her see this. It's to my bonus daughter, and it's got an infinity made out of 2 hearts. And I got her stainless because she's like me, she's rough on stuff. And then I got her another thing to go with it. So she's my bonus child. She calls me bonus mom. I swear when I go visit, I need like to get shirts made that says like the real mom and then the bonus mom and then, you know, the daughter. We all need shirts. It's become a very funny thing between us all. Oh, these are jammies. I got me some jammies. Because listen, I have a feeling it's going to be a cold winter, and my jammies were getting real dilapidated. And as you can see, the pants match all my curtains and my bedspread, my duvet covers. I love buffalo check. These are kind of big, though. The legs are kind of big. I hope they don't creep up and roll on my knees at night. But they're actually quite warm, soft and warm. So I'm okay with that. Put that in the laundry pile. It came with a shirt. And it says it got a moon on it. It says good night. Oh, that's cute. And I like to sleep in short sleeves or tank tops because of my RSD. If stuff pinches me, I'll swell right up. You gotta love having a disorder that just takes over your life. I had a really good day yesterday until the storms hit, and then I was walking like my grandpa did when he was 88 right after cancer, and I was like, how does this happen so quickly? It happens. I got these little wood rounds because they're going to be part of the dream catcher that I'm making and some other stuff that I'm making. So these are just little tiny wood rounds. And yet, yes, these are things that I could go out and make in my own backyard, put in my dehydrator. But my husband's been working like 60 plus 70 hours a week, plus trapping, plus in the spur shed tanning. And so I don't ask him to do a whole bunch of stuff. And me with power tools, with my trimmer and hands that don't work half the time. I craft because it keeps my arthritis and some of my, I have like a Parkinsonian trimmer. It keeps it at bay. It helps my hands stay strong. But power tools and me, we try to not get together too awful much. Now I can use them all because back in the day I was quite the Amazon. But staple gun, yeah, I can use. Drill, yeah, I could probably use it. Anything that's got a blade on it, we wait for Dave or we just find another way around it. And it's funny that I'm married to a lumberjack and I bought dried wood. I just think it's hilarious, but it happens. It happens. I did that last year in the Dollar Tree. I just felt, oh my goodness. Okay, listen, I'm losing more weight than I think. And it's hard in my head for me to think about what size I am. And I think I'm bigger than I actually am. These are going to be probably too big. Look at these. But aren't they cute? They were on sale for $6.99, 2 pieces. And they are soft and they feel warm. They are soft. Very soft. And they came with a shirt. These are very nice. And they were on sale for $6.99. And if I'm not mistaken, you have to look at all the colors. But the blue and I think the purple was $6.99. Now, these are long sleeved. But I thought, something for $6.99 if I have to do a little home sewing, I can. Now, my mom's a seamstress and she taught me how to sew, so if I have to augment, I can do it. But I thought that's a lot of fabric for $6.99. And then if I have to cut the sleeves off, I got all that fabric I could do something with. I bought these goddamn curtains, and they were like 17 inches too long because stupid me didn't pay attention to the measurements on the screen because I just got excited. And so I've got 4 big pieces of fabric to do something with. So I'm thinking about making rosette ornaments for my tree so that it matches my curtains, but I think that might be too much. So I may just use it to make a rag cut quilt wreath for the door for Christmas, so that on the inside, so that it all matches. So, because I'm one of those people. One of those people. So that was my Temu haul. See, I don't go crazy. I don't buy like super weird stuff. I think honestly, my favorite thing besides my bonus daughter's gifts, I'm really excited about the hold your gut in panties. I'm not gonna lie, because where I've been losing weight and having to buy more undies, I'm happy to have a little bit of grip going on down there to suck it in, because this losing weight stuff, your body changes quick. You need a little bit of help. But I'm so excited about this. Yeah, this one, I believe, well, I think I had $3.92 in credit, and so it was like $21.03. Can you? I mean, that's just flipping awesome, flipping awesome. This was like $1. The steering wheel cover was like $1. These were like 67 or 87 cents. I mean, and these were super, super cheap too. I mean, I'm buying the cheap stuff, and the stainless steel jewelry is so affordable. I think the most expensive thing I bought was the underwear and the pajamas, but the pajamas were on sale for $6.99. How do you say no to $6.99 PJs, you know? And then everything else was just super, super cheap. These two, when you spin the wheel, if you do executive, if you know what I'm talking about, you do executive orders, you spin the wheel, and you can get other stuff, or they send you the text where you get 90% off of an item. I got 90% off of this item. And so, I mean, there are ways to shop on Temu where you spend very little money. You just have to kind of think about it for a while. But I think this is my favorite little like 50-cent hair bow I've ever, and I'm just so happy to find those again. This is my childhood in a hair bow. And I used to put just the top of my hair up and leave the rest down. And this would hold it because I've got such thick hair. And I'm hoping that it works. And I actually really like the leather because I love leather. And that was my haul. Nothing super amazing. David's still got some Christmas presents out, so I'm sure I've still got quite a bit coming in. But I enjoy showing y'all the weird stuff I buy. And buy stuff out of season when they give you those big discounts. Like, I think I got these for I think they might have been $2.19. And they're regularly like $8 or $9. I mean, these are awesome. So buy stuff out of season. Make sure that, put stuff in your cart and wait for them to give you this is still in your cart. And then they give you pick your, spin the wheel to see how much you can get off of that item. Or you've got gift boxes. And if you've got something in your cart, they're going to say, oh, well, you can have that for 90% off. Put stuff in your cart and don't impulse buy. Leave it there for a little while. They'll come after you and say, hey, we'll do you a favor. We'll work on this. But I mean, a whole bowl for, 80 cents. Hair mask for like $1.29. I mean, a necklace for a penny. I mean, you can't do any better than this. The jammies and the panties were the most expensive thing. Everything else was like between $1 and $2. It's amazing. It's amazing. And my price adjustments helped a lady get 2 pairs of shoes and two things of jewelry to feel special this Christmas, because bless her heart, and the good Lord told me, you better buy that woman some shoes. And I have learned that if I don't do what the good Lord tells me to do, when he tells me to do it, I get smacked. So I did it. And I'm so glad that she did allow me to send her, provide me with an address, just because I could use more money to send it rather than use money on gas and trying to find her. And, so it was just much better. So I was very happy with that. I know. I keep looking and I'm like, I went to Walmart yesterday, as I said, and saw that woman. And I walked through the craft aisle and I looked at some of their frames because I have some pictures that are a little bit odd sized. And I thought, well, I could get a frame at Walmart instead of ordering on Temu and waiting. The frames that I get on Temu for $1.98 to $2.98 were $7 to $12 at Walmart. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I couldn't buy it. I couldn't buy it. I looked at socks and I went, no, I can get those for $2.69 on Temu. I can't pay $9 for those socks. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I literally got almond milk, carb balance wraps, those tortillas that are carb balance wraps, my Greek yogurt, and I got a bag of skinless chicken breast that's already cooked that you just have to heat up, because sometimes I like to make a wrap real quick if I'm needing protein and I've not planned ahead, because sometimes I do that. So I just got like my very finicky diet stuff that I need, and I couldn't get anything else. I got 4 little wooden dowels because I'm going to make 4 giant ones of these Christmas trees for family members. And I got a huge box of sandwich baggies, because it's the sandwich bag tree. That's what that is. And so I'm going to make family members a sandwich bag tree because they thought my little one was cute. But I looked at everything else and I was like, I can't buy that. I can't buy that. So Temu has kind of changed the way I look at things. I go into a brick and mortar store and I'm only given 1 or 2 options and I'm told I must pay that. On Temu, I go into this whole big place and I can say, oh, let's take a picture and search and find the absolute cheapest item. And if you don't do that, up in the search bar, there's a little camera. You can either screenshot something you're looking for or take a picture of an item you previously bought and hit that camera and search for that item using that picture or that screenshot, and it will pull them all up, and you can then sort low to high and find the lowest price. And my whole world changed when I found out that I could do that, because y'all, now I get the products I want, but I go to the lowest seller. So I don't get as many price adjustments as I used to, but I'll let them bank when I do get them. Yeah, that is a neat little tool to use. So if you're shopping Temu, use that little camera icon or take a screenshot and use that little camera icon and search for it, or take a picture of an item. Like I had an item that I wanted that I can't find anymore, and I still can't find it. It's a Rub-On Balm perfume, and I love the way it smells. I'm pretty sure it's discontinued. Nobody else is selling it, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm taking pictures of it. I'm going to keep trying. But that's the way you find stuff on Temu. Or you can go to Amazon and take a picture, take a screenshot, and go to Temu and put it in the Temu search bar, and you'll find it most likely on Temu. That's how I got Haley's bottle warmers for basically a third of the price. It's amazing. I mean, Temu, the only thing that I have found Temu beat on is the baby swings I wanted. Amazon has the exact same model, and they're about $18 cheaper. Now, they don't have as many of the tech quirks, but that's not a big deal to me. They're $18 cheaper each, and so I'm going to go with Amazon on those. But it's the exact same swing, same company. It's just those have a few more tech quirks and Bluetooth options that they'll never use. Let's just be honest, they'll never use. So I'm going to buy the ones through Amazon for the babies. But everything else, you use that little camera and search either a screenshot or you take a picture of something that you're wanting, and you can find it on Temu. I've done that so many times, and then it will list them all, and then you just sort low to high, and you found it. Great tip for anybody. So if you have never bought on Temu, if you go to the search bar, and or if you have bought on Temu, you're an old-time user, and you want better coupons, because the coupons they're giving us right now kind of suck. Temu, they kind of suck. Put my code in your search bar and you'll get a $100 coupon bundle, TAV61092, and it doesn't help me any. I'm just a product seeder. They send me products I finally got my first product haul, pet stuff. It's on the way, to review and tell them what I think about them. I don't get any money if you use my code, because I'm not an affiliate. But it will give you a $100 coupon bundle, one of the better ones, instead of the 5 cents off of $50. That is stupid. Like, I even chatted with customer service, like, that is stupid. But if you use my code, it will give you like the old school $100 coupon bundles, TAV61092. So that may help just a little bit for those of you that are still Christmas shopping, and they'll still get it here. Like they're getting stuff a little bit, they're moving a little bit faster. Like this stuff came faster than most orders, which surprised me. It seems like they're booking it for Christmas. So you've still got time. If you probably get it in the next couple of days, you'll get it for Christmas. So, but yeah, go back to them old school coupons, because those new tip coupons is, oh, you'll get a what is it, $15 in savings, or $153, but it's like 3 cents off of $99. And I'm like, who do I smack? Because that's stupid. That is so stupid. So I'm trying to tell them about things that don't make sense, to go back to the better stuff. And I don't ever want to be an affiliate. I don't ever want to like send people to make money, but I do want people to go use my code, because that says that people are watching my videos, and they will give me more product seeding options. And what product seeding is basically they'll say, we'll give you these products if you will review them. So there's no money switching hands. I just get products and I get to tell you what I think about them. And I love to do that, because my mouth, I have no backspace, edit, or delete. It just comes out, and I will tell you absolutely what I think about them. And I've not bought much crap off of Temu, but if I find something that's super crappy, I will tell you. But I also watch the other haulers, like Hauler Time, Hey Everybody, Just Jen, Twisted Gypsy. Oh, there's so many out there. You need to watch Madness and Menopause, or Menopause Madness. You need to go watch her. She buys some of the weirdest, most beautiful stuff that I would never even think to find. But I watch them. So if they find something and they're like, this is not worth the money, I'm like, okay, XX, we ain't buying that. So it's very important to watch the other haulers. And there's some little woman that is a Queen fan that has giant nutcrackers behind her, and she lives in the South because of her accent, and she's just the cutest little thing, and I can't remember her name, but she does amazing hauls, and she finds some really awesome prices too. So I try to use those women as my little power support group, so that I make sure I'm finding the good deals and not wasting my money, because I don't have money to waste, y'all. So if I'm going to tell you where to find the best stuff, because I ain't wasting money, and I don't want you to waste money. And if it's crap, I'm going to tell you it's crap. But I opted to do the pet campaigns. They're sending me a bunch, and they let me pick them, but they give me a screen full of stuff, and they said, pick the ones you want to review. And I picked a bunch of pet stuff, because Oscar's he's almost 11. This is his 10th Christmas with us, and I wanted him to have, he's already got a bunch of presents, but I wanted him to have a big Christmas this year. And I thought, well, I'm going to pick the pet campaign, because that's something I've not really touched on yet. I've bought him a few toys, but I've not touched on it. But we're going to have a big Oscar testing toys and seeing if the dog really will enjoy them, if it works, if it fits, if their clothes for dogs are true to size, if their beds are actually, I've bought one bed and it was decent, but if the luxury beds are really worth the money. So I spent it on Oscar on the pet campaign. So we're fixing to have a huge pet product review come in. As soon as it gets here, I'll get it done in 24 hours. Oscar's ready to go. The movie star is ready to shine. But we'll do that really quick for you, Sue. But I'm going to try to keep doing the seeding programs, because then I can get craft stuff to review. And I like crafting for cheap, but if I can craft for free, that would be awesome. So that's my whole motivation. I don't want to make money. I just want to be able to review products and get products sent to me to review, and have free products that, even if it's just 30 or 40 bucks every month or so, that's a lot of crafting for me. That's a lot of useful stuff for me. So, there's one more thing that I have bought that I would recommend. Where are they? I bet you put them up. There's a little floor cleaner, little blue. It looks like a blue pack of Kleenexes. And you can fill your Swiffer and roll one of those little things up and put it in your little Swiffer thing that squirts this wet jet. I don't know what's in that cleaning stuff, but it does wonders on my linoleum and wood floors. And it's like 97 cents, and you get like 100 sheets, and it looks like a little blue pack of Kleenexes. I don't know what's in it. It smells wonderful, cleans my floors the best. I mean, I used to clean timeshares. I would buy those if I was still cleaning timeshares, because they would think you were really down on your knees scrubbing something using that. So if you come across those little, and all it is little looks like little pieces of paper, and you put it into, you're supposed to put it in your mop bucket, and it's got all the cleaners in it. I just fill up my Swiffer wet jet and cram it in there and give it a little bit of shake, and then I go to cleaning. That's the best stuff. I don't have to unscrew a bunch of caps and worry about water and spillage with my stupid hands that don't always work. They're awesome. You put them in a Ziploc bag, put them back in your little cleaning cabinet, and go on. And I thought, how amazing is this? I've not even made it through the first 100 pack yet. I love them. I love them. So if you see those, buy them. I'm sure that they're floating around this house somewhere. If I find them, I'll show them to you. But they're great. But these right here get everything off the inside and outside of your windshields and windows, car windows. These are great. And it is, oh, I just read it a minute ago. Glass oil film removal wipes. Y'all, it gets everything. The bug you hit 10 years ago that's still hanging on, it gets everything. Everything. If you've got Rain-X that needs to come off of your windshield and you don't want to put any more on, it will take it off. This stuff is great. So, okay, I'll shut up now. I've got to make my husband's dinner. But I'm so glad that y'all spent time with me. And I'm so glad we've got some new people in here. Come join me. Sometimes I get philosophical. I have my master's in psychology. I'm a retired probation and parole officer. And I supervise murderers and violent male offenders. And then I counseled kids in state's custody that had addiction and trauma past. I'm now disabled because of a neuromuscular disorder that's much like MS, only worse. There's no really way to blanket my symptoms. It's just a roller coaster ride, and sometimes I'm great and sometimes I'm not. And so if I'm ever missing, I'm in a flare, but I'll come back. But I really appreciate you guys stopping by. We like to laugh here, we like to have fun, sometimes we get serious, but the thing is that we're a family, and we try to take care of each other. So this coming up Christmas time, last year, if you know somebody on the channel that you have gotten really close with, we did a Christmas, homemade Christmas present swap last year. I think we had 10 people swap gifts. So we had 5 gifts that got swapped between people. So if you know somebody on the channel that you're close with, that you talk to when I'm not on here talking to you all, and you want to do another Christmas swap, do another Christmas swap. If you can't find somebody to swap a Christmas gift with, then it has to be homemade, and it has to be like cheap. Like last year, we took the glass out of picture frames, and we took ribbon and made Christmas trees, and then cut like little messages out of like the magazines for Christmas and glued them on there and put buttons and stuff. Really simple stuff, just something that somebody made you that they sent to you. Might cost $3 to ship, and it means a lot to people that don't have family to get something homemade from somebody. It really touches their heart. So if you don't have a Christmas swap buddy and you can't find one, then please let me know. I'll put a post on the community page about the Christmas swap, and y'all can divvy it out if you want to do it again. I know that me and Gypsy Girl and my husband got in on it last year, and Priscilla got in on it last year, Priscilla's Devotionals, and Clara got in on it last year. I can't remember if Savannah did or not, but we had a great time last year with it. And it's all about trust. Most of the time you want a P.O. box, unless you've been talking to these people and you know them really well. But be careful, but it's kind of a nice thing to do for somebody. You have an autoimmune disorder too, honey, I understand. When this one finally spread to my digestive tract and my pancreas, it about killed me 3 times. I've gotten really comfortable with death. I felt like I was packing my bags to go on a vacation to a place I'd been that I really wanted to go back to. I don't fear death anymore. I don't think I really ever feared death. I grew up, my daddy was a preacher, but I had a very different view of things. And at a very young age, I lost a lot of kids in high school my age, and a lot of important people to me. And by the time I found out who I'd been listening to on cassette tapes that were so old and blank, they didn't have the writing on them anymore. By the time we got internet at my high school and I could Google song lyrics, I realized I'd been listening to Queen for like 4 years to get through some really traumatic personal stuff. And I found out that Freddie had passed away just like 4 months prior, and it was like my bubble completely burst. But Queen's music got me through a lot. I'm a huge Queen fan. I've got Brian May, I've got Freddie, I've got a huge Freddie portrait. And I've got a bird for everyone that passed away on my caseload when I was a parole officer. Um, so I've got my grandbaby's name on my arm too. Now I'm gonna have to put two more. Boy, I need more acreage. And I've got half my back done, and my back says one joy scatters 100 griefs. And literally, if you have one thing to be happy about, you can just blow away so many unhappy things. Just one happiness can just obliterate so many negative things. And you just have to find that one thing to be happy about. And that's kind of what we're about here. Now, yes, sometimes we get serious. We have to roll our bridges up because it's going to get deep in here. But most of the time, we're just here to support each other, have a fun time, tell each other about things we found that are cheap, affordable, neat, check this person out, that person out. So that's kind of what we're all about. So I appreciate you spending time with me because time is something you can't get back. And I want to be doing some crafting, but I've got to finish that dream catcher. I've got it about two-thirds of the way, about two-thirds of the way woven. But it's time to start adding on the decor and the really intricate parts. So it's going to take me my full attention. Oh my! I went to Queen. Oh my! I went. Okay, my favorite Queen cover band is Queen Nation, and I saw them in Beaufort, Georgia, several years ago, and got to meet the band and spend time with them, take a lot of pictures. They were great. They were fun people. In 2016, I actually went to the Queen North American Convention, and I ran into Peter Freestone, who was Freddie's personal assistant for the last 12 years. I ran into him because he'd locked himself out of his door, out of his room, and I kind of shielded him from all the crazy people that were like, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. And I just kind of shielded him and said, come with me. And, I put him I was like in my room until they get your key replaced, chill. And he was like, thank you so much. And I was like, dude, it's not 3:00. The event's not going. You're not obligated to be on their time clock right now. It's your time. And we became really good friends. We don't really ever talk about Queen. I ask him, how's life? He lives in Prague. How's the village doing? What's the weather like? Where are you traveling to? What's going on? He does the AIDS Titanic program. He does a lot of speaking to a lot of really poor countries about AIDS prevention. Try to keep that going. He is the sweetest man. And if I ever get in the hospital, he will totally video call, flirt with my nurses to get me better care. I swear he will. And because of the time difference, when he calls me at home on my iPad, it's like 8 in the morning. Of course, my husband works till midnight or later, and my iPad will go digga 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 digga, and David would be like, and we call him Phoebe because that's what Freddie called him. He'll like, tell Phoebe I'm still asleep. And I put my earbuds in and talk to him for a minute. The sweetest man on the face of the earth. I adore him. He wrote a personal handwritten letter to my first grandbaby, my granddaughter that was born 15 months ago. He wrote her a handwritten letter to let her know that on the day she was born, someone halfway around the world was celebrating her birth, and that's how special she was. I call him Great Uncle Phoebe. I'm like, Great Uncle Phoebe, we got twins now. We got twins. And he had it pegged. He said it was one boy, one girl. He won the pot. Like, cause we were all guessing. He won. He said it's one boy, one girl. He nailed it right that. So Great Uncle Phoebe, he nailed it just like, nothing. So I pinch myself some mornings to realize that he's one of my better friends. I'm like, wow. We catch up with each other a couple times a week. It's blows my mind. But the first Queen concert I went to was Front Row in Nashville in 2018? Anyway, Front Row, and Brian May was literally 7 foot from me playing his guitar, and one of my friends up in the stands took a picture, and I was just like, such amazement. My face was just like, and I was just like, oh my God, because these people might as well have been fictional characters to me when I was a child because they helped me through so much. I thought, surely they're not real. I live in Appalachia. These people can't be real. And so to be 7 foot from Brian May, who is like the smartest, he's an astrophysicist, my goodness, and he plays guitar. And he looked at me and grinned and nodded. And I was like, well, life is good now. Life can't get any better. This is great. Adam Lambert came and stood and pointed down to me and waved, and because I have a whole sleeve of Queen tattoos, and did a nod to me, and I thought, well, that was sweet. Of course, Roger's always behind the drums, so I mean, But it was a very weird experience. But I will say that I loved seeing Brian and Roger still rocking. But the best um, Queen cover thing I've ever gone to was at the Tennessee Theater in Knoxville when Mark Martel and the Black Jacket Symphony covered. Oh my gosh, here's my brain's going to go because all the albums now morph into one in my mind. But he did the album that had the Prophets song on it. And if you know the echoes back and forth on that, and he did it with a mic that did the echoes. And if you closed your eyes, and he did all that whole album, but then he did some of the 80s rock and roll hits, it was like a 2.5 hour, almost 3 hour concert. And then he stood in line to meet every one of us. And me and my friend hung back because I had bad legs. I had to sit on the stairs and wait for everybody to get out of my way. So I was sitting there, and the theater staff was really nice. They were like, just sit there. You can be last in line if you need to. Let your legs rest. Because there for about 7 years, I was I had to learn how to walk again. It was bad. And so we went up to him. Of course, I had on my Queen Convention shirt and all my tattoos, and he was really sweet. And he talked to us for, gosh, probably about 5 minutes. Took pictures for the Queen Convention, the Breakthrough group. If you want to see the people that were part of the North American Convention group, it's called Breakthrough, THRU, like the song, on Facebook. Great people, a whole family of Queen lovers, North America, across the world, really. We had people that came from England and Australia to attend. It was great. I've always wanted to go to the main one in London, but it's probably never going to happen with my health. But I got to meet Mark Martel, and he signed a picture for me, and said something about my tattoos or something other, and took my info. And I thought, well, that's I think he'll probably want to use the picture in in a paper or something. But no, then he sent me another headshot with a thank you, for being such a great fan of the music, And I was like, so I've got it framed in my room. And when I went to the convention in Atlanta, Georgia, they took pictures of all my tattoos. And a little lady that was there from Puerto Rico did a 6-page spread in a Puerto Rican newspaper. And she won like 7 huge awards. She got to go in a formal gown on TV. Her name was Melba Brujeres. I just call her Melba. And she got so many awards. And so I was actually I was quoted, and my picture was in her 6-page spread, and she sent me a copy, and I've got it framed in my craft room. So I've had some like really magical moments in life. So even though I've got this disorder, it's like I deal with it. I know it's going to get worse. It's going to spread to my organs, and it's going to be, it's basically a terminal, slow ride, terminal disorder. But I've made peace with it because I've had some really magical moments in life. And I don't know. I really think if you want to will things to happen, they will happen. I think if you put energy toward things, they will come to fruition. I've had so many amazing things. I talked to JJ Longhorn and his girlfriend, and they've got 2 beautiful babies. Kelsey, I made their daughter, Junebug, a baby blanket, and I've got the son a baby blanket. I literally lack like maybe 4 stitches on it. I've got to get it in the mail. And I was begging for them to do duos with Ryan Upchurch for years and years and years because I thought that Ryan needed JJ's calm, don't follow the limelight. Because JJ's he's still hunting, he's still fishing, if he's got a day off, he's on the farm, he's with kids, they've got chickens, turkeys, everything. They lived without electricity for a long time. He's an old school farm boy. And now he and Ryan are getting, to be really good friends. And I'm seeing Ryan calm down. And I'm like, yes, I knew this would be great. But JJ's girlfriend, Kelsey, is the most sweet, beautiful, lovely woman. She made me bracelets for the baby blanket. She made me bracelets and sent them as a thank you. And I just think they're a beautiful family. They have a beautiful message. They're completely country and Southern and very proud to be, what we call rednecks. And I love to listen to their music. My favorite song of JJ's is Stomping Ground. So I love JJ Longhorn. But I'm so glad that he and Ryan got together. So, but I've had some pretty magical things happen in life. and I just heard David come in. But David was part of the push that got me to my first North American Queen Convention, and I went to 3, and I would save up and work all year for my health to be able to go. And my husband would always support me to go because he knew it kind of was what kept me motivated. And I'm still really good friends with a lot of the people there. We're kind of like a tight knit group, but you can still join the Facebook page. It's just the event's not happening anymore because the government changed the charity standards. All it was to raise charity. And so we would raise like $10,000 to $20,000 to go toward St. Jude's or to AIDS projects, or and we only kept what was needed to book the facility for the next year, and then everything else went to charity. Well, then the government last year changed the tax bracket, and so basically everything goes to the government and hardly any goes to charity. And so they said, we're out, we're done, we're not basically doing this to give the government money. We were doing it for charity, so it's done. And I understand why they did that, because it's not got a good heart momentum behind it. It's we don't want to put such a good band and such good music and such good people and put the money in places that we don't believe in. So that this year's was the last one, and it happened in Cleveland, Ohio. So they had the last 2 or 3 in Cleveland, Ohio. But you can still go to Facebook group Breakthrough and get to know those people. You've got to meet Paul De Ferrari. He is the mastermind behind the whole North American Queen Convention group, and he is a ham. You will love him. But go and check that out as well. That's another one of my tips and tricks if you're a music person. I'm musically bipolar. I go from bluegrass gospel to death metal to rock to my husband never knows what's going to come out of my Echo Dot. So that's the way my world goes. So, okay. Thank you for joining me. We'll do this when the next ones come in. And it seems like they're sending all orders in different bags at different times. And it's just random right now. And I understand with Christmas, that's probably Temu's having a rough time. But I'm just kind of getting a bunch of stuff every day that doesn't, it's like, that's not that order. That's not that order. But, hey, just get them to me and I'm fine. But we'll do this again when the next one comes in. And when I get the rest of the tree decorated and when I get the dream catcher done, I'll do an update for you all before I mail it out to Menopause and Madness. But please go check out her channel. She's trying to get her subscribers up and get her numbers up and her views up. She is a beautiful, beautiful person. Please go check her out. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you. I try. Now, some days I can be a booger. Most days I try not to be. But now I am completely capable of being a booger. So, but today's not one of those days. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to make my husband's lunch. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye, guys. That means Oscar comes running to me.
I thought already supposed to be done.
I had people